Without Japanese machine tools, can China not build aircraft carriers? Is the rumor, regarded as truth by Japanese media, really true? Is China's aircraft carrier really being held back by Japanese machine tools? What is the true level of China's machine tool industry, looking at the entire military-industrial sector in China, including the entire high-end manufacturing industry? One can hardly see Japanese machine tools being used. The more complex the equipment, the less likely it is to use machine tools. At the current stage, who is China mainly using? The machine tools used for military-grade, complex, cutting-edge manufacturing are mostly from Europe. Even when purchasing advanced weaponry and equipment manufactured in the United States, the majority uses European machine tools. Why is this? Firstly, machine tools can be classified into many types, including metal cutting machine tools, woodworking machine tools, as well as casting, stamping, and welding machine tools. Machine tools play a crucial role in a country's industrial sector, especially in the field of precision manufacturing. It is undeniable that Japan's machine tool technology is outstanding, but it has not reached the level of holding back China's aircraft carrier production. China understands that aircraft carriers are a type of heavy weaponry. What many may not know is that building a large-scale aircraft carrier also cannot do without machine tools. However, the machine tools used for aircraft carrier construction in China are completely domestically produced and have no relation to those commonly used in Japan. Furthermore, in the field of military machine tools, Japan's level is far from competitive and falls far behind countries like the United States and Germany. On a global scale, Europe possesses the most advanced military machine tool technology. However, China's development in the field of machine tools is surging forward and does not need to rely on external supply. For instance, the aircraft carrier deck produced by China uses the 10,000-ton heavy-duty hydraulic presses from Jiangsu Guoguang Heavy Machinery Factory, and the 7-axis, 5-linkage machine tools used to manufacture propellers are produced by Zhenjing CSSC Rudder Blade Company. Not only is China's aircraft carrier production unrelated to Japanese machine tools, even ordinary military machine tools have no connection with Japanese products. One of the provisions in the Wassenaar Arrangement restricting China's access to advanced technology explicitly prohibits the export of nuclear submarine propellers, large aircraft wings, high-precision 5-axis, 6-axis large-scale high-precision CNC machine tools. Dozens of countries are part of this agreement, including Japan, which strictly enforces it, especially towards China. Therefore, Japan will definitely not sell its own machine tools to China. The Wassenaar Arrangement, led by the United States and jointly signed by multiple countries including Japan and the United Kingdom, aims to block China's technological advancements. This agreement significantly impacted China's development in various critical areas such as aerospace, scientific research, and military technology, restraining the progress of Chinese tech enterprises for a long time. However, the countries involved in this agreement did not anticipate that their efforts to block China's technology would ultimately fail. Not wanting to forever be at the mercy of these countries, China has strengthened its resolve to pursue independent innovation. The Wassenaar Arrangement made it clear to China that only by producing sufficiently outstanding products on its own can it be free from the constraints of any country and escape the shadow of reliance on imports. Through the efforts of generations of researchers and scientists, China's technology has continually made breakthroughs and progress. Everyone knows that one of the core standards for the construction of a submarine is its acoustic performance, a crucial factor of which is the propeller. Currently, China's CSSC Heavy Machinery Company has achieved outstanding results in propeller manufacturing, and their research and development of the 7-axis, 6-linkage propeller processing machine tools have received unanimous praise. It is evident that China's military-grade machine tool technology is not as poor as portrayed by foreign media, and it does not need to rely on Japan. So where does the notion of being held back by Japan come from? Even if European machine tools are occasionally seen in China's military equipment sector now, there is absolutely no trace of Japanese machine tools. In the field of military industry, China does not rely on Japanese machine tools. What about in the field of high-end civilian machine tools? Does China have dealings with Japan's high-end civilian machine tools? Looking at various high-end manufacturing industries in China, such as aerospace, electric power, and nuclear energy, apart from China's domestic machine tools, the most commonly seen are Siemens from Germany, with Swiss machine tools also in a leading position. In the past, China did indeed import a large number of machine tools from Japan, and there was a very close connection with Japanese machine tools. This was because, during that time, China's own machine tools, while affordable, did not have convincing performance. While German machine tools performed excellently, their prices were extremely high, and China simply did not have the capability to import them. In such a situation, Japanese machine tools became the preferred choice. They had entered the Chinese market relatively early, and although their technology did not match that of Germany, they were superior in terms of precision and stability compared to China's. Moreover, their prices were moderate, at least much lower than those of Germany. Therefore, after weighing the pros and cons at that time, China ultimately chose to import machine tools from Japan. However, even so, these Japanese machine tools are mainly sold to the mid to low-end market and have not made significant inroads into China's high-end market. So even during the period when China imported a large number of machine tools from Japan, it is unreasonable to claim that China would be unable to manufacture aircraft carriers without Japanese machine tools. Those who truly understand Japanese machine tools should know that Japan's high-end machine tool technology is not advanced, and often they need to import from Europe and the United States. For instance, the aircraft manufactured by Kawasaki Heavy Industries that China often hears about also relies on machine tools from the United States and Spain. In this context, what could Japan use to export machine tools to China? Therefore, it would be more accurate to say that China provides a vast market for Japanese machine tools rather than being reliant on them. Japan's machine tool industry relies on the Chinese market for survival. If one day, Japanese machine tools fail to gain a foothold in the mid to low-end machine tool market in China, it is likely that Japan's global market share in machine tools will be significantly reduced. What is the gap between China and the world in terms of machine tool technology? As mentioned earlier, machine tools are divided into two areas: civilian and military, which is similar to the division of chips into civilian and military categories. First, in terms of military machine tools, China is relatively advanced in this field, at least on a global scale. For example, the world's largest numerically controlled gantry milling and boring machine, nicknamed the machine tool aircraft carrier, is produced by the first machine tool factory in Beijing. It stands at 15 meters high, 22 meters wide, 39 meters long, and weighs a total of 900 tons, capable of processing steel and iron the size of a basketball court into any shape. Additionally, the world's largest die forging hydraulic press, which played a significant role in the successful test flight of the C-919, was also manufactured in China. Globally, there are few countries capable of manufacturing die forging hydraulic presses of over 40,000 tons, and apart from China, the only other countries possessing this capability are the United States, Russia, and France. It's important to note that this list does not include Japan. The ability to produce giant die forging hydraulic presses is an important indicator of a country's industrial and military strength. Therefore, although there is still a certain gap between China's military machine tools and those of Europe and the United States, its strength is already very impressive. This is because China attaches great importance to its military products and does not consider costs during production, as there is no need to worry about lack of usage once the product is manufactured. In the military sector, the differences in machine tool technology are not very important, as long as the overall standards can be met. Therefore, although the cost of manufacturing military machine tools in China is relatively high, as long as they can be successfully produced, it is already considered a success. It is worth mentioning that China has accumulated enough experience due to its involvement in numerous large-scale projects. This makes Chinese domestically manufactured machine tools have a very obvious advantage in the super-heavy equipment sector. After all, the large-scale projects in Europe and the United States cannot compare to those in China. In terms of civilian machine tool technology, China is relatively weak, with a significant gap compared to the world's leading technologies, especially in areas such as spindles and control systems, where there is much to learn. In this regard, Germany, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom have performed very well, but Japan also cannot enter the high-end field. Nevertheless, Chinese high-end civilian machine tools are not as useless as some might imagine and, in many respects, still possess considerable strength. For example, companies like Haostar Electric and Axletech have achieved certain accomplishments in the spindle field, while Beijing Jingjiao and Huazhong CNC also have noteworthy capabilities in control systems. Particularly, Huazhong CNC, known as the Siemens of China, has long been recognized for its strength. In the field of high-end civilian machine tools, the differences between China and Western countries mainly manifest in stability, reliability, and durability. If one day, Western countries stop exporting machine tools to China, it would have a significant impact on China's high-end machine tool industry, potentially leading to unstable product performance and continually rising production costs. However, to claim that a cessation of supply by Western countries would have a fatal impact on China's high-end machine tool industry is a bit of an overstatement. After all, China now has sufficient production capacity and would not be strangled by the other party due to a cut-off in supply. Although it would not be easy, that would be the extent of the impact.